Hello friends, Ben Ochart here. Thank you so much for tuning in. One of you asked me a very interesting question and I decided to go ahead and do a more detailed answer in the form of a video. Somebody was feeling a little bit older and not quite as energetic as they used to feel and didn't want to be dealing with some of the more harder aspects of the hobby, such as lugging around, lifting and moving canister filters and things of that nature. And they asked me for a suggestion on what would be a setup that would require less physical effort, less fuss. And so I started thinking about it. In looking at my tanks, the one tank that really is the least amount of fuss is this tank behind me. And the reasons for it are very, very straightforward. First off, it has a finer sand substrate, and a sand substrate doesn't allow the waste to really, the big chunks of waste to get down inside, and as a result, it's easy to get into the water column and sucked up by the filters. In this case, the GEOS that I have in this tank are sifting a lot of the sand, and in doing that, they break down the waste and get it up into the water column and into the filters. If the GEOS were not in there, I'd probably have maybe a 900 or 1,000 gallon per hour wave maker, just kind of 2/3 of the way down in the aquarium, blowing some water across and getting the waste suspended so it can go into the filters. So a finer substrate, not powder, but I'd say sand, granules of sand, not like powder, because powder is a little hard to work with and tends to get sucked into the filters. Next, I would go with hang-on back filters. Hang-on back filters are just the easiest filters in the world to work with. They don't require really, if you're using cut sponges like I do, there's no real ongoing cost. You just simply pull the sponges out and rinse them and put them back in. If you have a pre-filter on your hang-on back filter, you could probably go 6 weeks, maybe even 2 months, depending on your bioload, between actually servicing them. And you just, with 2 of them, it's plenty, and you just alternate the servicing. This person that wrote the comment has a 125 gallon aquarium, and 2 good size hang-on back filters could actually do the job for something like that, with sand and maybe 2 wave makers, one in each corner of the tank, angled towards the center front, at about 1,000 to 2,000 gallons per hour. Unless you have angels, discus, betta, fish that don't want to be blown around, right? Hang-on back filters, a sand substrate, and certainly if you have the kind of setup and the kind of fish that are not going to destroy them, put a bunch of plants in it, and the plants are also going to help out so that your water changes can gradually, as the tank becomes established, at first you'll do them more regularly, but as the tank becomes established, you can move your water changes out to maybe every 3 to 4 weeks and go 20%, something like that. And if you're working from the tap, it's really no effort at all. There's no buckets to carry around. Very, very simple. If you want to set up a no hassle, no fuss, simple aquarium, those are my suggestions. Hang-on back filters, sand substrate, sand sifters like GEOS, or lots of plants. Get a cleanup crew, some quarries, maybe some plecos for your algae, and don't overstock it too much, right? And you're good to go. You're good to go. You've got a setup that doesn't require a lot of physical strain to maintain and doesn't require a tremendous amount of time. All right, so there you go. Any questions, comments, any tips that you'd like to add to my suggestions, add them below. We all learn from each other here. And I'll see you on Saturday at the Cichlids and Coffee live stream. That's every Saturday at 11 a.m. Central. That's noon Eastern. and 9 a.m. Pacific. Great group of fish keepers get together for about an hour. We talk usually about a key subject, and then we open it up to questions. It's a lot of fun. If you'd like to support the channel, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, and consider becoming a member of the Garage Gang, a Patreon monthly supporter. Starts for as little as $3 a month. Details are in the description. Thank you, my friends. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.